In this video, we're going to demonstrate the agreements portion of the software. This is available in the Club Management and Studio Management versions of the software. The term agreements is a term that we use that's generic. It can also be used as contracts or memberships. We'll begin with the Settings and Tools section, where you have the agreement wording and the agreements themselves. In the agreement wording section, here you can create multiple different contract wordings or agreement wordings or membership wordings that you want to use within your facility. Here we have a membership agreement, as well as a personal training agreement, a pre-authorized payment agreement, and then a semi-monthly membership agreement, which would be worded slightly different from the basic membership agreement. These are just samples that we've created, but you can create your own or even just copy and paste your existing contract that you use. To show you how it's done, we'll click Edit on the membership agreement. Here we have the membership agreement that we've created as a sample. In the box, we've created the actual wording itself, whether you create it from scratch or copy and paste it from another source. Once you have the basic text in, you can then use the Agreement Fields buttons on the left to create fields within the contract. What this will do is when you then merge this agreement or contract with a client, it will import the field information into the agreement. So for example here, it would fill in the client's first name, middle name, and last name, as well as their contact information, any other information that you've chosen. Further down, we can see there's other information, such as the annual fee, cancellation fees, a card fee, payment start dates, all which are specific to the agreement itself, which we'll show you in a second. You only have to create the wording once, and then you can use it for multiple different agreements. So now, if we click on the Agreements component, we can see the various types of agreements or memberships or contracts we've created in the system. So as an example, here's a 2-year bi-weekly membership. If we click Edit, we can see how we've created that. We have the name. You can give it a description if you'd like. You choose whether this agreement is auto-renewing or not, meaning that once the term is up, does it continue on a month-to-month basis? In this case, yes, it does. You can also choose to add packages into these agreements. A one-time package can be added, meaning that even though they're paying bi-weekly, that package will be added, the entire package, the first time they make a payment, and one time only. Or you can have an each payment package. This would be, for example, if with their bi-weekly membership, you want to give them one personal training session. Then you can add a package of one PT session. And then every time they make a successful payment, the system will add one personal training session to their profile. These packages, of course, are optional. Now you choose the payment type. In this case, we've chosen bi-weekly. You can choose single, monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, quarterly, annually, or paid in full. Then you choose the duration or the term of the agreement, anything from 1 day up to 5 years. You can then set what the agreement dues are by default, as well as any admin fee and card fees you may charge, and if you charge an annual fee or an enhancement fee, that can be entered here, as well as the override, which would mean if you set this date, anybody getting this agreement type will default to paying the annual fee on that specific date. Otherwise, if it's left blank, they'll pay the annual fee on the anniversary date of when they signed up. You can then choose what taxes are being charged with this agreement, and then here's where you insert the agreement wording itself. So in this case, we're going to be using the membership agreement wording for this particular agreement. And now down at the bottom, you can choose if you're adding any unlimited sessions. So again, for example, if with this particular agreement, you were including unlimited bootcamp classes, you could simply click that, and then the client would have access to unlimited classes as long as they're paying for their membership. That's how you create agreements in the software. Once that's done on the back end, it's very simple to add an agreement to a client's profile. If the client comes in and you add their basic contact information into the system, you just go to your client management page, click on their shortcuts, click on agreements, and now you can just simply choose which agreement you're adding. So in this case, we'll add the 2-year bi-weekly membership. You choose the start date for the agreement, and then let's say their first payment date will be March 15th. And now you're going to add that new client agreement. This will now merge the agreement and the client's information and the agreement information. So here we have the 2-year bi-weekly membership that's auto-renewing. It's for 24 months bi-weekly. The defaults are set for the fees that you've set up. You can now edit these one time prior to creating the actual contract. If you charge a prorate, you simply click Calculate Prorate, and the system will calculate out what they owe for a prorate. If you were having a special where you're waiving their admin fee, you would simply change that to 0. You can add notes. There's options for freezes and credits on the agreements as well. You can add payment methods right from this screen as well. So you can add their credit card or by check. Once the agreement's set up, you simply add the text, and this will import the agreement wording and merge it with all the information from the client and the agreement itself. So as we scroll down on the wording, we can see that all of the various fees and start dates have been inserted into the contract. And now you have the choice of, if you want to be completely paper-free, you can insert a signature field and have the client sign on a digital signature pad, which will then insert their signature and store everything digitally. Alternately, you can preview and then print the agreement and have them sign it and keep a hard copy on hand. This is how the agreements components of the software works.